Okay, so shall we start?
Yes. Yes, Thầy. Yes, please.
Okay.
No, actually, Thầy, I'm sorry. I think maybe we just go ahead and start with the program. And I would like maybe Randy, would you please just go over the slide for the opening ceremony?
I don't remember how to share a screen. You want me to share that?
At the bottom. Yeah, at the bottom.
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay, you can see it?
Yes.
Okay. So this is spring 2024. Welcome to the Buddhism journey for young adults and college students. Reminder, please turn on your video so we can see you. Please mute your microphone. Be respectful to Dharma Master and everyone. Dress neatly and appropriately. Our Dharma Master, Venerable Thich Thien, I'm sorry for the pronunciation. Thich Thien is a monk from the Princeton Meditation Center in Dallas. He is a monastic disciple of Vietnamese Zen master Thich Minh Dien. He is the 45th generation of the Lam Te Zen tradition and the 11th generation of the Liu Quan Zen lineage. In 2013, Thich Thien received a master's degree in religious studies in Tibetan Buddhism from Naropa University. He trained under Thich Nhat Hanh's Plum Village tradition from 2011 to 2015. Before he moved to the West Coast, he taught Buddhism at the Compassionate Dharma Cloud at Morrison, Colorado. He guided meditation practice at the correctional facilities in Cannon City, Colorado. He also led the Evanston Center for Spiritual Wholeness and Healing, a ministry of University Park United Methodist Church in Denver. He's studying depth psychology at Pacifica Graduate Institute in Santa Barbara and teaches online Dharma and meditation for kids on the weekends. He enjoys hiking in the mountains and having tea with nature. Is that you want to keep going? Opening prayers?
Please.
Opening prayers?
Yeah. Yes, please. Yes, please.
All right. Three refuges, the three jewels of Buddhism. To the Buddha I return and rely, vowing that all living beings understand the great way profoundly and bring forth the Bodhi mind. To the Dharma I return and rely, vowing that all living beings deeply enter the sutra treasury and have wisdom like the sea. To the Sangha I return and rely, vowing that all living beings form together a great assembly, one and all in harmony. And the Dharma request. Our dear teacher, in accordance with the interests and the faculty of the sentient beings, please turn the wheel of Dharma of the small, great, and common vehicles.
Okay. I think you can stop sharing, Randy. Thank you, Randy.
Thank you for your introduction. And such a wonderful opportunity for me. And also it's such an honor as well to be here with all of you. And today I'm substituting for Thich Thien. He has some events at his Zen center, and he asked me to lead the talk today. So before we go into the Dharma talk, I would like to invite everyone to just sit and collect our mind and body together in this moment. So in this moment, I would like to invite you to sit comfortably. Whether you sit on a chair or on the bed or wherever you're sitting, just make yourself feel comfortable. And just relax your whole body from head to toes. Relax all the way inside your body, each of your cells, body cell. And I usually do this exercise, and I thought it's really helpful for everyone to feel light and less burdens. So we can do this exercise by deep breathing into your nose, and then you're gonna pull your shoulders all the way to your earlobes, and then hold it for 2 seconds. And then when you breathe out, you're gonna breathe through your mouth, and then you're gonna drop your shoulders at the same time. So I will demonstrate to you first. So I'm gonna deep breathing in and pull them up, and then hold it for 2 seconds, and then you're gonna exhale and drop them. Just like that. And you're gonna feel so relaxed and so good, I think, because it has been like almost more than half of our day has been gone by, and we have been carrying on our body a lot of chores, a lot of activities, and mentally we might carry a lot of responsibilities or thoughts or emotions. So we basically do this exercise to let our body and mind to release everything so that we can feel light and we can feel less burden, and most importantly we feel good. All right, so let's do it together. We're gonna deep breathing in together and pull up your shoulders to your earlobes. Okay, ready, go. Hold it, 1, 2, and drop them. Exhale. You feel good? Okay, let's do one more time. Deep breathing in and pull your shoulder up. 1, 2, and then let go. Okay, we're gonna do 2 more times together. Deep breathing in together. Up. And let go. You can, make that sound too. You're more than welcome to do that. Okay, deep breathing in again. Up your shoulders. Feel it and release. Okay, so now we're gonna return to our normal breathing pattern, but I would recommend you to breathe deeply, so that way your whole body is gonna receive enough oxygen to circulate your entire body. And just maintain closing your eyes so that way you're able to tune in. And you're gonna use your mind eye. Your mind eye is able to see and feel everything within your body, within your mind at this moment. So just take a few deep cleansing breaths together. Aware of your in-breath and also aware of your out-breath. So this is maybe a really good practice of neuroplasticity. we're gonna rewire our brain the way we breathe, because most of the time we breathe very shallow, maybe only to 1/3 or 2/3 of our lungs. So this is a really good opportunity that we're gonna change that. So just remind ourselves and remind uh, our neurons to rewire that. So from now on, we always return and breathe mindfully, deeply and slowly, and enjoy every breath that we take, and just allow this natural pattern of breathing. And for our young friends, you can open this curiosity. You can follow your in breath and just trace it. Where is that breath is going? Just open that curiosity and trace it. In that moment, you're able to aware of your breath fully, and also trace when you breathe out. Where is that warm air is leaving your nose? Where's it coming from? So you chase it from your belly. So aware of your belly, and from there you're able to trace it upward to your lungs, and then to your throat or air pipe, and then the next thing is you're aware that the warm air leaving your nose. And just be able to sit really still like this and notice your in breath and out breath. Then there's inner peace is gonna arise by itself, because in this moment your body is relaxed, your mind is at ease. So that is how your inner peace is gonna automatically arise within yourself. So there's a say, peace cannot seek without. You cannot seek the peace from outside. The peace is always with us all the time. As long as we're able to take a pause and return to ourselves. And that's what we call the island within ourselves. We return to our own island right now. So in the next 5 minutes, I will stop talking and just allow you to truly experience this peace within yourself and just stay in this quietness and still be able to discover that quality in your body and in your mind. Okay, so in this last minutes or 60 few seconds, just allow your mind to come back to this present moment, and maybe you can ask yourselves this aspirational question: what do you want to gain from this section? What do you want to learn? What do you want to improve yourself? And you can also what you want to share with everyone about your experience, about your insight. Okay, so and I don't have a mindfulness bell with me, but please listen to this human bell that I'm gonna ring to signal the end of our sitting meditation together. So when you hear this human bell, please come back to this space and open your eyes slowly, and then we're gonna bow, pay our respect and gratitude to each other. Bong. Please, can you bow to each other? Thank you for your practice. And did you like the exercise that we did with the shoulder up to your earlobes? I love to do that exercise a lot because sometimes I feel like my shoulders carry too much responsibilities, and I just want to drop them, by pull them up and then with all the momentum I'm gonna drop them, and I can feel light right away. So once again, thank you. So how's everyone doing? Good, great. So with the topic for today, the law of cause and effects, because we for the time wise, we probably don't have enough time, to learn this topic like us scholars, or in the academic environment. But I would like to take this approach by understand where are you at. I want to, in another word, I want to meet you where you're at. Instead, I am going to sit here and throw at you with a lot of stuff, and it's just like feeding more knowledge, but we're not able to digest them all. So I just want to take this approach, to see where you're at, or we can have this kind of dialogue about law of the law of cause and effect. So that way I can learn from you as well. That way we have like two-way conversations instead of me sitting and to give you all the informations. So how do we learn about cause and effect in our life? It's kind of open up uh, the floor for everyone who want to jump in. Anyone? Okay, Annie?
It's like when one thing happens or like a choice that you chose like impacts like the future events. It's like
Mm-hmm. So that is carry on, right, to the next, could be moment too, right? So we call it the future event. And cause and effect, they could come from what? Our thoughts, speech, and action, right? So cause and effect, they can, we call it culminate, through our thoughts, and then our behaviors, right? Our actions. And the third one usually, cause a lot more trouble, right? From our speech, right? So there's a saying that our speech, could cause war, right? Could cause burn all um, the forest of merits because of one word, that we misspoken. It could destroy, all the merits. So that's how serious, our uh, cause and effect. And also so I believe Thich Phong, he already mentioned the word karma, right? Not yet? Did he mention
Yeah.
anything about karma?
Yeah.
Anyone, can you say it out loud?
Brandon, don't have any?
Can you repeat that, Ty?
Oh, Thầy asked, so has Thai Phong mentioned the word karma in the law of cause and effect from
Oh,
previous lesson?
right. So we're talking about cause and effect, or the law of cause and effect, and then we bring up karma. So I think that let's say I don't know, I was really bad and I rob a bank, and then I get away with all of the riches, and then let's say this is reincarnation karma, right? So I get away with all my riches, and then I live a very nice lifestyle, and then when I die, I get reincarnated. But since I robbed a bank, I have so much bad karma now, and I guess I'll reincarnate to a very instead of a lavish lifestyle that I once had, I'll maybe reincarnate to a really bad lifestyle, and I'll reincarnate where I'll be not as wealthy. Maybe I'll be very, very poor. How about let's say good karma, right? Let's say um, in this lifetime, I go out and go to a charity center and I go help out like people that are homeless, and I donate food or I gift them food, right? And I go out the street and I hand them food um, to the homeless. With good karma, eventually, maybe I will be repaid, and I don't know, like one day, I just win the lottery, right? Maybe that's effect of a good karma, or maybe in the next life, right? I get reincarnated, and in the next life, um, I'll be wealthy because I helped out those that are unfortunate. So does that answer the question?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that's where I want to go with um the karma, right? The karma is basically cultivated by our cause and effect, and we carry that karmic energy, right? Um, and that karmic energy is basically um, within this life or our next life. So they don't exhaust out until we cultivate the seeds of wisdom and compassion. In another word, when we achieve the enlightenment, then those seeds, the karmic seeds, they basically all exhaust out together. So there's no more birth and death, right? So when we talking about karma, so this is a very fundamental teaching by the Buddha, so that his students able to understand it thoroughly, so that they don't continue to cultivate the unwholesome seeds knowingly or unknowingly, right? So which is came from the uh, the noble truth, the four noble truths, right? We all come into this world and we experience a lot of suffering, and because of our own ignorance, right? And from our own ignorance, it's create the three poisons: the hatred, right? Illusions and ignorance. I'm sorry, greed, right? So those are the three seeds. They basically create, all the unknown action or karma, right? So that's why we need to learn this uh, lesson at the beginning. So then we're able to bring our full awareness in each of our thought, our speech, and our actions. So from there, we don't cultivate a lot of unwholesome seeds, because according to the Buddhist teaching, all these seeds that we create, we generate, right? It's gonna store in our consciousness, our subconsciousness, and they don't die out, right? When you create a karma, like Brandon, just mentioned, it will continue to carry. If in this life, and as a robber, right? If he didn't pay the punishment by the law, right? Let's say he escaped from that, right? Robbery, but he still have to pay his own mind karma. So he's gonna become someone really poor, or he could get robbed by someone else, right? So that's just, cause and effect, because you create that seed, and now you're gonna get that, right? In this life or next life. So sometimes people, they think, oh, I could get away from the law, right? I could escape from prisons and whatnot. But in their own mind, they still have a very uh, heavy burden that they cannot live freely, right? Right there, they already paying the dividend. They're paying the seed. I mean the karma they collected. So the Buddha, he wants us to um, go in life, right, with full awareness of what we're doing with our body, speech, and mind. So these are we call the three doors, right? These three doors, they're gonna determine our next destiny. So we have to um, fully understand and carry this out into our practice, because we cannot just take it in as a theory, right? Or by words, and we don't, watch out for our action. We don't watch out for our behaviors or our speech. We carelessly, speak whatever we want, right? But when we speak with love, then we bring love to other people, and that's a good, right? Good karma already. But in the same um, speech, but if we allow our speech to carry out a lot of hatred, right? A lot of discrimination, separation, then we carry out a lot of effect after that. So I just want to mention about this, because I think it's very new to us about this movie, even though I haven't seen this movie myself. How many of you heard of the movie Oppenheimer?
Yes.
Not many of us. Okay. So chị Mai Anh, you need to give them, reward, free ticket to the movies.
Yeah,
including popcorn,
including popcorn.
popcorn and drinks. So I just wanna bring this up because um, Robert Oppenheimer, right? He didn't really see the effect of the atomic bomb, right? He didn't really see that. Wow, that bomb, if it dropped somewhere, where it's like crowded, like populated area, and it could, like destroy everyone in just 1 minute. When the atomic bomb hit the ground. So as we have learned this, this uh, war in Japan, right, during the World War II, and I believe many of you have seen this documentary movie um, during the bombs, dropped in, I think, Hiroshima, right, and where else? Yokohama. Exactly location. Sorry, but you can see that, right? It's like it destroy whatever stand in its way, and so Oppenheimer, after he witnessed that, he was devastated. He completely lost in words, because his creation. So the world called him, the father of atomic bomb. Uh, that title belonged to him. But later on, when he studied, like Eastern philosophy, and he read, I think, Bhagavad Bhagavad, or the Veda teaching. Um, in one of the teaching, they said that there's a God of destroyer, and he somehow realized that he was the God of destroyer by creating that atomic bomb. So when the effect already took place, it was already too late. It was already too late for him. And now the world is full of fear of what? Anyone? We're still talking about atomic bomb, and right now the world is still in full of fear of what? Oh, Ganasaki. Thank you, Doma. So right now, the world is fear of World War III, right? And almost like every developed country, um, they already have atomic bomb. So if one guy, sit in a secret room and press the button, right, and the whole world is about to um, into the atomic war. So that is the effect that we're gonna fear is gonna happen right now to the humanity because of that creation, by Oppenheimer. And I also want to go a little bit into his family. So the effect here is also carry out to his family. So I read a little bit about his family background, and um, I think his someone in his family has had cancer. Someone they commit suicide, and I think Oppenheimer himself, he has a cancer as well. So that is saying a lot about how it affects not only you, but our action is also affects other people in your circle. Are you following me so far? So we live in this collective community, right? So we have family, that's our inner circle, and then we have our our external circle, like our friends here, right? And we extend that circle in our city, state, and then a whole country, and then it's like a ripple effect. So we have to deeply contemplate about how our cause is going to affect everyone. It's not just us, right? So let's say if we know that the weather is gonna be raining, right? Maybe Georgia is gonna rain tomorrow, and you knew it, but you didn't take care of yourself. So you didn't put a raincoat on, or you didn't bring your umbrella with you to school. And when you get home, you get really sick, right? From the raining. And then is, let's say our friend here, em nhỏ tên gì chị?
Dạ mô Phật thưa thầy Duy.
iPad 3 á.
Duy.
Duy.
Yeah.
Duy. Hi Duy. So let's say Duy get really sick, right? From not taking care, take the raincoat with him, or umbrella. So he gets sick, and of course because of his age, right? One of his parents have to call in, right? Sorry, my son is sick now. I have to stay home and take care of him. So it's affect not only Yui, right? But it's also affect his mom and dad. They're gonna worry about him, even though they at work, and they have to stay up late at night to check, on his temperature, his fever and whatnot. So it's just one thought that we mindlessly, cultivate, or put it into action, and it could have the chain effect, with many other people as well. So and I know this is going to be really easy to see this chain effect. Let's say if I try, the monk without practicing mindfulness, and driving and texting at the same time, right, on the road, and then I hit the car in front of me, and the car in front of me hit another car in front of me, and we call chain accident, right? So because of one person lack of the awareness or mindfulness, because of attached to the desire, right? The desire to look at the phone, iPhone, and smartphone. That's better. And we allow that desire to take over our action, and we don't pay attention whatever in front of us, and then we cause the accident. So there's so many example about people mindlessly doing their daily routines, and they get into really big trouble. So right now is 1:50. Let me ask you this question. How have we learned, or have we learned anything from our own cause and effect in our life, and we still continue to commit that mistake. Have anyone experienced that? You understand my question? Or any? Oh, okay.
So, so what I do is like I don't study, right? Because like I'm up, so then I'm like up night, like talking to my friends, having fun. But then when the test comes, I know nothing on it. And but yeah, and then like that caused me to like get a bad grade and then be disappointed in myself. So now later on, when I before like a test, I'll try to like study and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. For us to recognize it and fix it right away, right? But somehow our we call this habitual patterns, and we keep make the same mistake all the time, even though we know that the karma of it, but we still committed to do it again and again. Why is that? Anyone?
Is that because of attachment?
Yes, that could be one of them. Because of our attachment to that desire. Anyone else?
I'll jump in and say ignorance to go along with attachment.
Okay, yeah, that's not a good one. Come from our own ignorance. Okay. How about con? Con mẹ ngồi bên cạnh đó, con tên gì? Van. Van Cost.
Van.
Afflictions.
Affliction. Phiền não. Okay. Can you say more about that? Because
That's a big word, Van.
so affliction, right? Affliction is mean that you create a lot of undesired things for yourself and others. Unpleasant thing now, emotionally, physically. If you want to collaborate more on that, otherwise you don't have to. Anyone else? Trí tuệ. What do you mean by trí tuệ? Trí tuệ, Duy? Wisdom. Maybe you say because we are lack of wisdom. Is that what you mean, Duy? Okay, he typed trí tuệ. In Vietnamese is wisdom. Yeah, because we lack of wisdom. That's obviously right. If we have, the wisdom, we shouldn't commit, the same mistake all over again. Okay, anyone else? Compassion, yeah, we lack of compassion. Wow, Duy giỏi quá. Yeah, if we have.
Can talk really well too.
Yeah, wow, Duy giỏi quá. So yeah, because we lack of compassion, that's why we don't really care, right? We don't really care about what happened to us. But guess what? We also live in the collective environment, right? We live in collective world. We not just live in a jungle by ourselves, right? So if something we act and it affects us, it's also affect your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your whole family, your whole community, right, and so on. So it's not just one seed that gonna stay with us, but it's also spread it out like ripple effect. So and we also say that also love. What is that? Love.
Can you speak?
So love. So
Yeah, you can
oh,
speak.
okay. So say we also say love also can solve everything. Yeah, that's true.
I would say like your environment as well, because sometimes your environment can do stuff like that you don't want to do. Like say you have like bad friends and then they pressure you to like get into like go to the party instead of like studying or something. Maybe
Yeah.
like that could also affect you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, peer pressure, right? Um, like the environment we live in, right? It's also very important. And when said your action affect oh, can I see your action affects people uh,
In good and bad ways.
in good and bad way. Of course, yes. That's why we have to be really mindful, right? Choose. We have choice, right? Like so. This is also connect with Annie's point, right? Um, we all have choice, but somehow we get basically we have swollen into this uh, peer pressure thing, right? In a community, uh, and we are very fortunate, to live in a really good community. So we don't have to get those kind of influence, right? So um, so that's why we mentioned something really important that, and also Randy mentioned this out of ignorance. But since we have this wisdom, right? We're able to choose. We're able to um, select, what is best, approach for our action, right? So go back to our own practice, and if you're able to continue to cultivate this with this practice, so-called, mindfulness, yeah, kindness too, and we're able to slow down, right? We can slow down, and we can choose our choice. Should I go in to this situation to cause a lot of harm, right? If it's a lot of harm, then I would not do it, right? If it causes a lot of peace, then I would do it. So we all have choice to um, go from there, right? We just slow down and able to make a good choice. Cái gì chị Hà, can you read for us? Tại vì thầy không nhiều cái text message thầy không có thấy kịp, không đọc kịp.
Yeah, yeah.
So
No, G, you try to sell something, G?
sell, you want to sell pop tart for only 12 cents or $1. So where do I want to go from here with our cause and effect? So the whole practice, right? It take the practice for us to really cultivate this cause and effect. Because without practice, I doubt it that we able to manage, our thoughts, our actions, our speech, because we all have this puppy mind, right? Even me too. I still have a puppy mind, and I still need to train it. I have to train my puppy, right? So if you have a puppy, you need to train it, right? So it can behave, but it cannot be so wild, right? So we need to again, we need to go back and practice and train ourselves. So from there, we're able um, to see this, so valuable, lesson from the Buddha. From the very beginning, he already try to spread his teaching through karma, because of, guess what? Because of good karma, right? We are here today. Don't you think? So this is really good karma, right? Um, who knows that so many lives before, in the past, we probably already have met, in a different platform, maybe not Zoom, but maybe we met, next to the river somewhere in India, or somewhere in America, or somewhere in Asia. Who knows, right? We have somehow cultivate, this karmic energy together, and now we continue, right? We continue with this practice together. So I believe this is a really good karma that we are creating right now in this on this platform together. So I will stop right now, and take any questions from everyone. If you still, wondering how am I moving forward with my life, with cause and effect. Just feel free to ask a question. Don't be shy.
So normally Brandon has a lot of questions. So what's the question for the day, Brandon?
Hey, so I have a more personal question. So, so I'm a senior, and it was college app season. So I got some decisions, and I got, like, naturally a few rejections, right? Sometimes I think to myself, I wonder, like, all the hard work I put in, right? I wonder if it goes to waste. And you're talking about the law of cause and effect. If I put in so much work, for me to get like a rejection from a college, was it like, would you think that it was worth it at the end or no? Because with the law of cause and effect, I put in hard work, but I didn't see results, or maybe I didn't see results that I wanted. Will I see it in the future, or will it just not be transferred? Like, the hard work I put in, like the energy I put in, will it not be transferred? Like, where did it go? Thank you.
That's very good question, Brandon. Very practical. Yeah, that's the question that I like you to ask, is how it's gonna affect your life. So that way, we can overcome. So to answer your question, Brandon, I think in this kind of situation, guess what? You're not the only one, right? You're not the only one who put, all your heart into the work that you want to apply, the school that you want to go to. And that goal is not just random, right? That goal is also belong to, it's freely belong to all the thousand of Brandons, thousand of, uh, Annies, thousand of Johns out there, right? So when we think that we conduct ourselves in that way, so that we expect to get that results. So cause and effect, right? But how can I cannot get that? So same thing with people in adults, right? In our community, in the Buddhist community, they said, oh, how come I have done so much charity work. I put in thousands and thousands of hours, go to chùa, right? But how come I'm so poor, right? So this is the same concern with uh, elders, in our community. It's that they're wondering, why, I generate this so many good merits, and how come I haven't got anything? Nada, right? Zero. That is so disappointed. Why am I, doing this, right? So because people they expect something, like have you heard of the term um, microwave dinner or instant noodle dinner? No? Con không ăn mì gói hả, Brandon?
No, I know what it is, but like,
Okay, so
But I
people
think, your mom cooked for you full meal every day then.
no, I
You
meant
haven't
like,
experienced that yet.
no, I meant like, is there like a hidden meaning to like instant noodles? Is that what you mean, or just in general?
yeah. So people they think it turn around right away, right? Sometimes people they try to cultivate wholesomeness, and they expect the result turn around right away for them. So that's I just want to use this analogy of the instant noodle, because people they can cook instant noodle and they can eat right away, but it's not healthy. Don't try that, okay? Unless you have no more food at home, but I doubt it. So when people have that kind of thought, not fully right understand how the seed of uh, karma is gonna it's not just not enough conditions. Brandon, you see what I'm trying to get here? So the condition is not ripened enough. Just like okay, Brandon decided to plant this mango tree, right? And voila, there you go, you got a mango tree, but the mango is not ripened yet. So you got to give it time, right, for the mangoes to ripe, right? So same thing with everything. You have to basically give the universal time, right? So it can create the conditions. And guess what? Out of this, right, college application thing, you also able to get the result, or in another word, the lesson, right? What have you learned from this, right? You can ask yourself, what have I learned from this process? So right there, you already tap into the experience, right? Even though, oh yeah, I know that, it's really disappointed, when you not get accepted. But guess what? I learned something really, really valuable, right? That I can overcome this disappointment. Oh, okay, if condition doesn't work, then I can move on to another opportunity, right? So this goes the same thing for everything else. Like I just taught my other classes, my other Zoom class before, I hopped on this Zoom. I told my kids that, eventually you're gonna get into, if you don't want to become a family man or family woman, then you can become a monastic like me. But that chance is very, 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 very little. I mean, it's almost like none, right? So you have to continue continue with worldly life, and eventually you're gonna meet your loved one, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your intimate relationship. And in one of the items in the list, we were talking about the low self-esteem, right? That we believe that we cannot make it if we no longer have that boyfriend or girlfriend. In another word, we cannot move on. So, so that is because of I think Jung, right? Jung said that because of our attachment, right? Our attachment to that idea that it's, or you fixate to that idea that you think, right? You think you get accepted, right, to that school because you work so hard. So that is based on our assumption, right? But there are so many others, as you know, Brandon, there are so many competition, right, to get into that school, right? So now we're able to see the whole picture, right, very clearly. Aha, that is the lesson I learned. If one condition doesn't match, then I can move on, right? And maybe the next condition is even better, right? Who knows? So we just cannot fixate on one condition, but we should allow our mind to be expansive, right? Open up, to different things, different opportunities. So from there, you're able to have this positive, approach to everything. So this uh, college application so-called lesson, right? It can be very valuable to other aspect of your life. You can apply that, later on, Brandon, meet a beautiful girl, right? And then she happened to move to Alaska, to live by, the mountain and leave Brandon home alone. I mean, back in Tennessee, right? And now what happened? Oh no, you know, you have to move on, right? There's another opportunity for you or waiting for you, right? So everything in our life is affect one another by based on the cause and effect, not only in this life but also from our previous life, right? So when we have that kind of perspective, then we not gonna get fixate, in anything that is not going our way, right? We able to realize it right away, and then we can release it, and we can move on, right? So that's how we able to uh, encounter with unpleasant uh, results, because is uh, everything in life is a lesson. Everything is it teaches something. So when you look at that way, you be able to appreciate it than disappointed.
Cảm ơn thầy.
Yeah, most of Thai. I would like to add on to that. I think Ellie respond in the chat that say with Ellie's comment. So the cause and effect relationship is not linear nor direct. And right at the moment when you didn't get the result you wanted in the great scheme of things, it could be actually a blessing because it's allowed all the possibilities. And actually, I agree with Ellie as well. I think this is one. I think for me, I run into that one of situation, Brandon. So for you is the case of school, right? But for me, is a while back I had I was working with one of the boss. Like in the whole my career, I always have good bosses. Okay, my manager is always nice and really good people. But one instant, like a few years back, I had one really bad. Like not only bad, but it's just like I cannot bear. Like I cannot bear like working with that type of person. But the thing is, because of that person, I will try to look out for different opportunity. And actually, eventually, it changed my whole career because of that person. But because I want to prove with him that I can do certain things and I can do a lot better. So that's why after that, I was coming from, I was in the like technical person, and I changed totally to different kind of in the program or project management side, and so it worked out a lot better. So I think that I think the same way as Ellie and as what I mentioned as well. So when one door closed, another door is open for opportunities. I want to share with you, Brandon. Thanks, Faye.
Thank you, Jim. Go ahead. Does anyone have any comments? Alexa, do you want to say something? No? How about
Alexa
David?
has a lot in mind today.
Yeah, Ellie, she's very deep. Yeah, thank you for brought that up. Yeah, it's not linear, exactly. David, you have any questions? Yeah. How about
Eduardo, how is it? Eduardo, is that how I say his name? Eduardo, is that how we say your name? Are you on?
Yes, I'm on. I'm sorry, I'm having a lot of computer issues this afternoon.
It's okay. Yeah.
So we
Do you have anything you would like to share with us?
No.
So we have 12 minutes left, right, Jane?
Yes, hey, yeah.
What do we do?
You want to ask something?
No.
Okay. How about Hang? Hang, you want to ask us anything?
Ken, are you there, Con? All right. I think Van. Van, say something, Van.
Van không muốn nói chuyện. So I think cause and effect is not only belong into in our Buddhist tradition, but if you learn from other tradition as well, you can see that they try to promote this teaching of wholesomeness, right? They basically they have very similar approach or understanding about cause and effect. So let's say people they say that love your neighbor as you love yourself. So that's right there. It's a law of cause and effect, right? And what else? Can you maybe we have 10 minutes left. If anyone can bring in other traditions, teachings about cause and effect, so that we can also apply in their so-called philosophy. Anyone? Ellie muốn nói gì đây?
I'd say
Ellie said that
science. I would just add science, of course, is based largely along the lines of cause and effect. I just think Buddhism takes it a bit further.
Well, I'll share for us. So these shy kids. So one of the traditions that we do is we have a little offering that we give to the Buddha and to my dad who has passed away. So we offer, our offering doesn't end in this life, but it could extend to the next too.
Yeah, every tiny good seed that we able to do, right, it counts. So maybe Yui or Ben or maybe other younger brothers and sisters, they can practice this cause and effect at home, right? So if you say that you love, oh, I love you, mommy, I love you, daddy, right? But we also carry out how do you love them, right? That's only the saying. So now we take it into our action, and action is gonna create, the good seed. So in order for us to keep saying I love you, mommy, I love you, mommy for 1,000 times, right? It's not even equal to one action. Like, oh, when mom comes home from work or dad, you just simply give them a really, really big hug, right? So right there, you already generate a cause and effect. Maybe throughout the day, the energy already drained out. And when they come home, right, you're gonna give them a lot of love energy, right? So that's it. I call practical love. So you actually send them your energy of love to, or I would say refuel, right? You're gonna refuel their love energy because throughout the day at work, they have probably have spent so much time and they almost drain out. But when they come home, right, and you just simply give them a really, really big hug, and you can hold on to that hug, for maybe 10 seconds or even 1 minute if you want to. So you can feel that love in their heart. So I think that's the most practical, cause and effect for Yui or for any younger brother, or even us adults. You can do that too. So don't be shy. You need to really practical about how we're able to practice the law of cause and effect, and that will start from within your family, I would say.
yeah, most okay. Ellie put a really good comment as well. Ellie, you should speak up. So that's she put like that's such a great to understand cause and effect. She have heard that some people would interpret any mystery in life as having done bad things in the past or previous life, so they feel shameful and not willing to share their pain because of not wanting to be judged. Yeah, she said that.
Yeah, so this is, I think, also happened in our Buddhist community, right? Sorry, I didn't see that message. So thank you for Ellie's message about that. Yeah, sometimes it become like um, more like emotional problem, or it could cause like depression or mental illness. So sometimes people they have that kind of basic understanding, about the law of cause and effect. And sometimes they regret it, right? Sometimes they regret it, the unwholesome act. And they don't know how to resolve it. Well, in the therapy world, we can talk it out, right? Of course, you can talk it to your therapist, or you can talk to someone who trusts, but from Buddhist perspective or Buddhist practice, we can change that, right? Physically and mentally. So people, they usually do the repentance, they do the prostration to, like sincerely asking for, basically the forgiveness, right? And they want the Buddha and the Bodhisattvas, or their ancestors, witness their sincerity. So there are many different ways to approach this. So that way we're not holding on to the unwholesome seeds to ourselves, for the rest of our life. And because of fear, right? We live in fear all the time. Like, I talked to my other Zoom class today that, even me myself, I sometimes I have that fear too. So if we don't open up, then we somehow we're gonna suppress, all that seeds in our mind, and we're gonna not able to resolve or exhaust all this, negative uh, action that we maybe unknowingly committed. So I think by learning this, we're able to take a better approach in helping ourselves to moving forward, right? When we learn this, right, we need to help ourselves to moving forward, like propel ourselves forward, but not holding on, to all this regrets, right? And we have to open up, all the opportunities, and then we able to continue to cultivate the seed, the good seed, all the clean water that you try to transform the mud water in the glass, right? We need to continue fill up, the clean water. You keep continue to fill up the clean water, and eventually all the dirt, the mud, is gonna reduce. So as long we continue to do that, I think we'll be moving in the right direction. So that's all I have today. We have only 1 minute left, so thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Thầy. So last chance, one more question before we close this out. Anyone has any more questions? So I think maybe Randy, I think maybe you can close it out as well, Randy, and we do the dedication. Okay.
Okay, this is the dedication of merits. May every living being, our minds as one and radiant with light, share the fruits of peace with hearts of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hands and hearts can find in giving unity, may their minds awake to great compassion, wisdom, and to joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light dispel the darkness of our endless night. Because our hearts are one, This world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise.
Thank you, everyone, for your time.
Thank you. Yes.
And
Do you want me to mention the Georgia Buddhist Summer Camp Scholarship?
Yes, yes, yeah, please go
Yeah.
down. Tell, sorry, take for a quick announcement for the.
Yeah. There's a 2024 Georgia and Southern Buddhist Scholarship applications are now open. It's open to all K-12 and college graduate students, recent grads, and young adults. You can apply at atlantabuddhism.org or by emailing. You should have already received an email about this.
And also about the our YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, I guess I should share the screen so that can be seen. There's a YouTube channel. I don't know if you can find that from the website, probably from atlantabuddhism.org. But I'll share the screen so you can see it. See the URL on it. It's right here. I don't know if anybody would want to type all that in though. And as well, next week there will be a talk from Geshe Pende on what is karma and how to purify karma.
Yep. Thank you, Randy. Yeah. Thank you, Tay, so much. So basically today we have the cause and effect, and the next session, the guest they're gonna teach us how to purify those karma, and I think that we've been talking about a lot of cause and effect, but how we're gonna do that. So that's leading to the conversation for next week. Thank you, Tay, so much for the session today. And thank you everyone for joining us today. I know it's a spring break week, but thank you all for joining us. Thank you. See you next week.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.
Thank you.
Chào thầy, chào
Thank
cô.
you.
You.
Have a good day.
Yeah. Thank you.